The Beast. The server room smelled like ozone and burnt ambition the night I saved 10,000 people from missing rent. Same smell as 3 days earlier, when I walked out after they handed my 7 years of work to a 24-year-old in a Patagonia vest who thought Excel was a payroll system. Same room. Same hum. Same smell. Different everything else. My name is Carol Mercer. 45 years old. Cat named Diesel who hates men. Mortgage on a house that needs a new roof. And for 7 years I was the only thing standing between 10,000 truck drivers and financial ruin. They called me senior systems analyst. What that actually meant, I was the woman who knew where every body was buried. Which wire to jiggle. Which ghost in which machine to whisper to at 3 a.m. so the lights stayed on and the checks cleared. I ran the payroll backend for a logistics company shipping everything from insulin to plastic lawn ornaments across 18 states. If I called in sick, the drivers in Omaha didn't get overtime. And when truck drivers don't get overtime, they park 18-wheelers on the CEO's front lawn. I was not glamorous. I was not celebrated. I was furniture. Slightly dusty, occasionally profane furniture that happened to be the only reason the entire operation didn't collapse into itself like a dying star. The system I maintained, we called it the Beast, was a legacy SQL database from the early 2000s. Management thought it was a sleek cloud marvel because that's what the sales brochure said when they bought the shell of it in 2015. In reality, it was 3 raccoons in a trench coat fighting over a half-eaten bagel. Held together by my custom scripts, my institutional memory, and what I can only describe as sheer personal stubbornness. Every 2 weeks the Beast woke up hungry. It demanded data from 42 different time-tracking systems, half of which hadn't been updated since the second Obama administration. It calculated shift differentials for union workers in Chicago, commission structures for sales teams in Miami, hazard pay for guys on chemical docks in New Jersey. 1 decimal point wrong and the Beast choked. And when the Beast choked, people missed rent. I knew things about that system I never wrote down. Not out of malice. The same reason surgeons don't write down how their hands feel during surgery. Some knowledge lives in the body, not on a page. I was sitting at my terminal on a Tuesday morning, nursing coffee that tasted like battery acid and yesterday's anxiety, when the calendar invite arrived. Subject, Operational Sync, Future State. Attendees, Carol M. Chad V. Brad V. I didn't know who Brad V. was. The twitch behind my left eye suggested I was about to find out and not enjoy it. The VP's office had carpet that cost more than my car. Chad looked like a Ken doll left in a microwave, shiny, plastic, slightly melting. On the leather couch, tapping an iPad like he was at a coffee shop, sat a kid. 24. Patagonia vest. Hair defying physics. The specific smirk of someone whose father made a phone call to get him in the door. "This is Brad," Chad said. * our new operational efficiency consultant. Fresh out of his MBA program. Top of his class. Asterisk. Asterisk online or accredited? Asterisk I asked. The filter between my brain and my mouth had corroded around year 3. Chad's smile stayed but his eyes moved. Brad stood and walked over. "No," he sauntered, the saunter of someone who has never been catastrophically wrong about anything important. Yet. "So I've been reviewing your workflow," Brad said, holding his iPad like a prop. Asterisk the scripts, the SQL patches. It's all very 1999. Asterisk. It's 2024, I said. Asterisk and it works. It pays 10,000 people on time every single time. Asterisk. Asterisk but it's manual. Asterisk he waved his hand. Dismissive. Like swatting a slow fly. Asterisk high friction. I built a model that streamlines the whole process. Asterisk. Asterisk what kind of model? Asterisk. Asterisk Excel. Asterisk he said it like a revelation. Asterisk run the whole allocation matrix in a spreadsheet. Super agile. Asterisk. I want you to understand the silence that followed. It was the silence of a structural engineer watching someone suggest replacing a load-bearing wall with a throw pillow. It was the silence of a pilot watching a passenger suggest navigating by feelings. It had weight, temperature, texture. Excel, I said softly. Asterisk it's got a dashboard. Traffic lights. Red for stop, green for pay. Asterisk. I looked at Chad. Asterisk is Ashton Kutcher behind the fern. Asterisk. Chad's face hardened. Asterisk we're pivoting to lean methodology, Carol. The legacy maintenance, it's not in the budget. We're transitioning to Brad effective immediately. Today is your last day. Asterisk. 7 years. Replaced by a spreadsheet and a haircut. I looked at Brad. He was already scrolling his phone. Already bored. He had no idea what he didn't know. He didn't know about the warehouse in St. Louis uploading timesheets in a corrupted format I'd written a custom parser to strip at 3 a.m. every alternating Tuesday. He didn't know about the HR module in Denver that randomly deleted surnames starting with MC if server load crossed 80%. He didn't know about the municipal tax API requiring an encrypted handshake key stored on a USB drive in my desk drawer, a key that rotated every 30 days. That key had rotated yesterday. The pay cycle runs Friday, I said. Voice perfectly level. Asterisk today is Tuesday. Asterisk. We'll be fine, Brad said, not looking up. I stood. Felt something cold and clarifying move through me, not sadness, not anger. The dark liberation of watching someone pull the pin on a grenade and tuck it into their own pocket. Good luck on payday, I said. Shark smile. I turned and walked out. The walk back to my desk felt like a funeral procession for common sense. My heels on the linoleum. Asterisk click. Clack. Click asterisk a metronome counting down to their destruction. My desk was an island of controlled chaos. Dual monitors. A mechanical keyboard that sounded like gunfire. Sticky notes everywhere, the Rosetta Stone of this company's financial survival. Asterisk error 4004 on gateway 7 equals reboot secondary cache manually. The Tin Man account is a liar, verify his inputs asterisk. I grabbed a cardboard box. Brad appeared behind me immediately, hovering, standing on his toes to peek at my screens before I shut them down. So, he said, popping gum. Asterisk if you could forward me the relevant passwords. For the handover. Asterisk. I turned slowly. Asterisk it's in the documentation. Asterisk. No documentation existed. There was a Word doc from 2009 that said good luck and had a picture of a burning building. I wasn't going to mention that. Asterisk cool. Asterisk already not listening. Asterisk I'm migrating the data tonight. My Excel model is going to blow Chad's mind. Dashboard, traffic lights, the whole thing. Asterisk. I leaned close. Close enough to smell his cologne, aquatic, overpriced, like bottled disappointment. Asterisk Brad. Do you know what a race condition is? Asterisk. Asterisk is that like, diversity hiring? Asterisk. I straightened up. Hit the power button on my tower. 400 days of continuous operation, ended with one press. The hum died. The fan slowed. Like smothering a friend. It's all yours, I said, hoisting my box. Asterisk the keys to the kingdom. Asterisk. Asterisk no hard feelings. Just business. Asterisk. Just business, I said. I walked to the elevator. Heads popped from cubicles like prairie dogs. Linda from HR stood in the hallway holding a file folder like a shield. Security was Paul, a man I'd smoked cigarettes with on the loading dock for 5 years. He looked embarrassed. Sorry, Carol. Orders. It's okay, Paul. I lowered my voice. Cash your check early Friday. The minute the bank opens. Before noon. Trust me. He frowned. I was already moving. The glass doors opened and summer hit me, thick, heavy, smelling of hot asphalt. I walked to my truck. Tossed my box in the passenger seat. Cranked the engine. Lit a cigarette. First drag tasted like freedom. Second tasted like something else entirely. My phone buzzed. Unknown number I recognized as Brad's. KK, just loaded the master CSV. It's lagging a bit. Trick to make it faster, Lagging a bit, he just tried to load 10,000 rows of historical payroll data into a pivot table on a laptop with 8 gigs of RAM. I didn't reply. I exhaled a long plume of gray smoke against the windshield, put the truck in gear, and said to the empty cab. Create a ticket. I drove home. I stopped for good bourbon. The kind you drink when you're celebrating a birth or a death and you're not sure which one this qualifies as. I put on the bleach-stained sweatpants. Sat on the porch. Poured a glass. Watched the sun go down. The silence in my head was extraordinary. For 7 years, my brain had been a constant ticker tape of error codes and compliance deadlines and disaster prevention. Every night I fell asleep with server logs running behind my eyes. Every morning I woke up already calculating. Now, nothing. Just the crickets. The ice melting in the glass. But I could feel it happening back at the office. The way you feel a storm before the clouds. Brad was clicking refresh on his spreadsheet, watching the wheel spin, wondering why his laptop sounded like a jet preparing for takeoff. I took a sip. It burned warm and lovely. Diesel wandered out and sat beside me. His MBA is going to save us, Diesel. Diesel blinked slowly. Then performed a personal hygiene act in a location that expressed his opinion precisely. My thoughts exactly. Wednesday morning. My hand reached for my phone at 6:30 a.m. to check server logs out of pure muscle memory. I caught it. Let it hover over the nightstand. Not my monkeys. Not my circus. I pulled the duvet over my head and slept until 10. Most rebellious thing I'd done since 1996. By noon I was watching a documentary about deep-sea squids eating cereal out of the box. My phone face down on the coffee table buzzing itself across the wood. Buzz. 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 Carol, where are you? Brad is sweating through his vest. What did you do? I watched a giant squid fight a sperm whale and thought, I am the squid. Or the whale. Either way, someone is getting eaten in the dark and I know which one it is. My personal ThinkPad was open on the kitchen table. I couldn't access internal servers, credentials revoked before I hit the parking lot. But here's what Brad didn't know. The beast connects to outside vendors. The bank. The benefits portal. The 401k provider. And if you know where the public-facing APIs live, which I did, because I built the gateways, you can read the traffic patterns without logging in. I pulled up the monitor. Flatline. Usually on Wednesday before a Friday payroll run, the system is screaming. Pinging the bank for verification tokens. Batch processing tax withholdings. Running fraud checks. Today, silence where there should have been a roar. He hasn't even initiated the bank handshake, I muttered, a piece of cereal falling off my lip. He was going to batch everything Friday morning. I could feel it in my bones. Which meant he had no idea, none whatsoever, that the ACH clearinghouse requires 48 hours to process direct deposits. Federal compliance. Fraud scrubbing. You don't hit send on 10,000 payments the morning of payday and expect the money to land that afternoon. This isn't Venmo. This is federal banking infrastructure operating on protocols older than Brad's entire career. If he didn't submit the preliminary file by Thursday noon, the money wouldn't move until Monday. My phone rang. Unknown number. I cracked a beer, it was 1 p.m., judge me, and hit voicemail. Hi Carol. It's Brad. The overtime calculation for the California drivers keeps returning a #ref error. I think the formula is broken. If you could text me the logic, that would be super chill. I laughed until I nearly choked. California drivers don't use standard overtime. They operate under a rolling 7-day calculation window based on 2012 state labor legislation. It wasn't a formula. It was a stored procedure inside the SQL database, cross-referencing GPS logs with clock-in times through middleware I'd built from scratch over 3 weekends in 2019. You cannot put the ocean in a cell, Brad. I didn't text back. Thursday. I knew the timeline by heart even though none of it was my responsibility anymore. 10 a.m., payroll file deadline for controller approval. Noon, hard ACH cutoff. At 10:15, my phone started having a seizure. Why is the VP screaming in the conference room? Brad looks like he's going to cry. Payroll isn't locked. I have a mortgage due. I poured coffee. Added whiskey. Irish coffee is practically a health drink. At 11:30, Linda texted, Carol please pick up. It's urgent. We have questions about the legacy system. I stared at the word legacy. That was the word they used to fire me. Legacy outdated. Redundant. In the way. Now the legacy was urgent. Funny how that works. Noon came. The ACH window closed. The electronic drawbridge went up. Even if someone with actual expertise materialized from thin air right now, even if they fixed every single error in the next 5 minutes, the deposits would not hit Friday. The money was frozen. 10,000 people were going to wake up tomorrow to empty accounts. I felt a real pang then. Not for Brad. Not for Chad. For Paul. For the single moms in customer service. For the guys on chemical docks with car payments and kids who needed groceries. But here's the truth I sat with all afternoon, if I fix it now, they learn nothing. Brad keeps his best and his smirk. Chad gets his bonus. They call it a hiccup and move on, and next quarter they try something even stupider. The house had to burn down completely so they would finally understand why I'd been carrying a fire extinguisher for 7 years. I went to bed early. Slept like a baby who knows the adults left the oven on. Friday morning. Payday. The day the eagle was supposed to fly. The eagle was grounded. My phone walked itself across the nightstand vibrating before I even opened my eyes. Social media was a wall of fire. Checking account empty. WTF at, company name. My rent is due. Where is my money? Card declined at the gas station. The union rep, a man named Big Mike with hands like sledgehammers, posted a video outside the distribution center. No pay, no play. Trucks aren't moving until the money hits. Breach of contract. Wildcat strike. Less than 8 hours after the deposits failed. Local news. Ticker at the bottom, asterisk logistics giant faces payroll crisis. Union threatens walkout asterisk. They'd upgraded from glitch to crisis getting warmer. Paul called. Voice hushed, background noise of shouting. Asterisk it's a war zone, Carol. Asterisk. Asterisk did you cash your check? Asterisk. Asterisk Tuesday morning. I'm the only guard not threatening to quit. Listen, they're looking for the backups. They're saying they're corrupt. Asterisk. My grip tightened on the mug. Asterisk the backups aren't corrupt, Paul. They're encrypted. The decryption key lives in a script that runs automatically when I log in with my admin credentials. Credentials they deleted when they fired me. Asterisk. Asterisk go. Asterisk. Asterisk dead man switch. Built it 3 years ago in case we got hacked. If I'm out, the backups lock. They threw away the key, Paul. They just don't know it yet. Asterisk. Pause. Asterisk Brad is crying in the break room. Actual tears. Asterisk. Asterisk saltwater is good for the complexion. Asterisk. I hung up. A legal email had arrived on my personal account. Asterisk immediate demand for access. Withheld encryption keys. Injunctive relief asterisk. I forwarded it to my lawyer, actual name Saul, operates out of a strip mall next to a vape shop, pit bull in a $300 suit, genuinely lives for this kind of morning. Texted him 2 words, sick M. Then I drove to the grocery store. Took my time. Squeezed avocados. Stood in the cereal aisle for 4 minutes. Near the back, in the baby supplies aisle, I saw a woman in a company driver's jacket staring at a package of diapers. She picked it up. Put it back. Picked it up again. Put it back. 3 seconds. Then I walked over. Something harder. Crystallized. Cold and sharp and very specific. Time to stop waiting. By 2 p.m. Friday the company was no longer a business. It was a crime scene. News helicopter circling the distribution hub. 18-wheelers bumper to bumper across the exit gates. Drivers on their hoods eating sandwiches, holding signs. Asterisk cash or crash. No pay no play. Where's my rent asterisk. Paul was texting play-by-play. Chad threw a stapler at the wall. Legal can't get a judge on a Friday afternoon. Asterisk IT tried to restore from a 2022 backup tape and crashed the email server. Nobody has email asterisk. Then, asterisk Brad tried to run a macro to fix the tax errors. File was 500 megabytes. Froze his laptop. He force quit. The file corrupted asterisk. I read that last one twice. The entire pay period's payroll record. Gone. Not locked, not encrypted. Vaporized. He'd been working off a local file. Hadn't synced to the cloud. The file was named, I would learn later, master final v3 real actual.xlsx. There are genuinely no words. At 3 p.m., my phone rang. Not Chad. Not Linda. Not legal. Asterisk James R. Sterling. CEO asterisk. I'd met him once at a Christmas party 5 years ago. He asked me to fix the Wi-Fi on his phone. That was our entire relationship. I let it ring. 4 times. 5. 6. Power move. You don't pick up the first time. You let them wonder if you're dead or in Mexico or sitting on your couch watching it all burn. I waited 5 minutes. Then voicemail. Asterisk Miss Mercer. James Sterling. We have a situation. I've been briefed on the transition issues. Need to resolve this today. Name your terms. Asterisk. Name your terms. The white flag. But I wasn't done. I didn't call back. Instead, I made a sandwich. Ham and cheese. Extra mustard. I hummed while I spread the mustard. I took a slow, deliberate bite and thought carefully about what a woman is actually worth when nobody else on earth can do what she does. My doorbell rang. Courier. Thick envelope. I opened it at the kitchen table. Consulting agreement. Rate, $500 per hour. I walked to my kitchen drawer. Got a black Sharpie. Wrote across the front page in letters you could read from the street. No. Photographed it. Texted it to Chad. 60 seconds later, Chad called. Asterisk Carol, we sent the contract. $500 an hour. That's double your old, asterisk. Asterisk I don't have an old rate, Chad. I'm a private citizen enjoying her Friday. Asterisk. Asterisk the trucks aren't moving. Stock is down 4%. The board is, asterisk his voice cracked. Something in it collapsed. Asterisk just. Tell me what you want. Asterisk. Asterisk I want the CEO. On speaker. 5 minutes. Pull him out of whatever meeting or I go back to my squid documentary. Asterisk. I hung up. My hands were shaking, not fear. Pure adrenaline. The clean specific kind that comes from being underestimated for 7 years and finally standing in the exact spot where that underestimation becomes someone else's catastrophe. 3:53 p.m. my phone rang. James R. Sterling. I answered on the second ring. Just the second. Asterisk Carol Mercer. Asterisk. Asterisk Miss Mercer. Asterisk smooth voice pulled very tight underneath. Asterisk I'm here with Chad and legal. We need the system restored today. Asterisk. Asterisk I heard. Asterisk. We're prepared to offer. $25,000, I said. Silence. Asterisk a month? Asterisk. Asterisk for this weekend. Wired to my account before I touch a single key. Asterisk. Choking sounds from multiple people on the call. That's, Linda started. Asterisk specialized emergency consulting, Linda. Federal compliance, union violations, 10,000 employees, 48-hour window. Take it or leave it, and leave it means Monday at the absolute earliest and a congressional inquiry into your labor practices. Asterisk. Done, James said. Immediate. He'd already done the math. Asterisk I'm not finished. Asterisk. Pause. Asterisk what else? Asterisk. Asterisk new contract. 1 year guaranteed. Triple my previous salary. I report to the CIO, not operations. I never speak to Chad in a professional capacity again unless I choose to. Asterisk. Asterisk done. Asterisk. Asterisk written apology. From Chad and Brad. Sent to every employee and posted publicly. Acknowledging that the payroll delay was caused by management error and removal of qualified IT personnel. Not a glitch. Not a legacy data issue. Management. Error. 2 words. Spell them both correctly. Asterisk. Karen, Chad started. Asterisk Carol. Asterisk quiet. Clear. Asterisk 7 years, Chad. Asterisk. We'll do it, James said. Asterisk how long to fix? Asterisk. If Brad hasn't deleted the master logs. He might have deleted some things, Chad said very quietly. Asterisk 12 hours. Bank gets the file by 2 a.m. People get paid Monday. Asterisk. long exhale. Asterisk Monday is acceptable. Asterisk. Asterisk wire first. Then I move. Asterisk. I hung up. 30 seconds later my banking app chimed. Incoming wire transfer, $25,000.00. I stood up. Washed my face in the bathroom sink. Looked in the mirror. Dark circles, messy hair, cigarette ash on my collar. A woman who had just survived something and was about to finish it. Time to go to work. Clean shirt. Lucky screwdriver set. Truck keys. I drove back. The sky was turning purple over the mountains, rain coming, the air already smelling of it. When my truck turned toward the distribution center, the drivers on the picket line saw me. Word had spread, the way it always spreads when the right person is finally walking back through the door. They parted. One massive bearded man holding a "Where's my rent" sign pointed at me with one thick finger and nodded once. I nodded back. I parked in the VP spot. Why not? Paul in the lobby. Straightening when he saw me, something lifting in his face. Asterisk welcome back, Mercer. Asterisk. Asterisk coffee fresh? Asterisk. Asterisk made a pot 20 minutes ago. Asterisk. Asterisk pour me one. I'll be in the server room. Asterisk. Elevator up. The office gutted and quiet. Through the conference room glass I saw them, Chad, head in his hands, Brad in the corner staring at the floor, James Sterling at the window, hands clasped behind his back. They all looked up as I walked past. I didn't slow down. I didn't acknowledge them. I walked to the server room door, put the key in, the key they'd had to give back, and stepped inside. The hum. The heat. The smell of ozone and circulating air. Hey, beast, I said quietly. Asterisk, did you miss me? Asterisk. My chair still at my height. Nobody had touched it. I sat down, cracked my knuckles, and pulled up the logs. Crime scene. Brad hadn't just used Excel. Somewhere in the spiral of panic he'd found a Reddit thread on SQL basics and started feeding raw text commands directly to the database. He had manually locked every transaction record in the system, all 10,000, in an attempt to stop them from processing while he fixed his spreadsheet. The system wasn't dead. It was in a coma, protecting itself from him. Doing the only thing it knew how to do when something threatened it. Survive. I felt something unexpected. Something close to tenderness toward a machine. I know, I told it. Asterisk I know. But I'm here now. Asterisk. I started typing. The mechanical keyboard sang. Asterisk click. Clack. Click asterisk. The door opened 40 minutes in. I didn't turn. Asterisk Carol. Asterisk. Brad's voice. Small. The voice of someone standing at the top of the stairs at 1 a.m. holding a broken thing. Don't, I said. I just wanted to. Asterisk don't breathe too loud. You are a ghost in this room, Brad. Asterisk. The tutorial said. I spun the chair around. Whatever was on my face made him take a full step backward. The tutorial, I said. Very soft. Very level. Asterisk, you tried to run federal payroll for 10,000 employees based on a YouTube tutorial. Asterisk. It worked on the sample data, he whispered. Asterisk sample data is a garden hose. Production data is a fire hose. You tried to drink from the fire hose and you drowned every single one of us. Asterisk. I turned back to the screen. Asterisk, get out of my church. Asterisk. He got out. 12 hours. Hour by hour, the beast came back to life. The tax tables were stored from my encrypted partition. The municipal API reconnected the moment I plugged in the USB key, still in my desk drawer, exactly where I'd left it, because nobody had thought to look there. The locked transaction records unlocked one by one, 10,000 of them, like ice melting in fast forward. Green text began flowing across the screen. Asterisk verifying employee ID 0001. OK asterisk. Asterisk verifying employee ID 0002. OK asterisk. 10,000 times. Chad came in at hour 4 with coffee. Peace offering. I didn't take it. Kept typing. Asterisk, how's it looking? Asterisk, he tried. The patient will live, I said. Asterisk, but she's going to have a limp. Brad's spreadsheet erased the overtime flags. I'm rebuilding them from doorswipe logs. Asterisk. Asterisk, can you do it? Asterisk. Asterisk, I'm Carol Mercer. I can do anything except tolerate fools. Yes, I can do it. Asterisk. He left. I put my headphones on. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. I entered the flow state, that particular place where the code stops being symbols and starts being music, where your fingers know what to do before your brain finishes the thought, where 7 years of ugly, unglamorous expertise pours itself out through a mechanical keyboard in a dark room while the rest of the world sleeps. At 1:47 a.m., the file was ready. Asterisk payroll export, final. Actually final asterisk. I ran the checksum. It matched. Every number. Every decimal. Every tax table, every overtime flag, every union differential, every hazard pay calculation for every dock worker in New Jersey. I hit transmit. Connecting to Federal Reserve Gateway. Authenticating. Transmitting. I held my breath. Asterisk transmission complete. Batch ID hashtag 92-810 asterisk. The exhale came out long and shaky and tasted like 3 days of held tension finally releasing. The money was moving. Flying through fiber optic cables, touching satellites, diving into servers. 10,000 bank accounts about to receive a notification. 10,000 people about to feel the specific relief of a number appearing that means rent is paid and the car won't get repossessed and the diapers can be bought. I slumped back. My back screamed. My eyes burned. I walked out of the server room. The conference room, James Sterling asleep in a chair, tie undone. He jerked awake when I came in. Asterisk, it's done. Money's at the bank. People get paid Monday. Asterisk. He looked at his watch. Asterisk 1:47. You beat the estimate. Asterisk. Asterisk under promise. Over deliver. Asterisk, I picked up my screwdriver set from the table. Asterisk, that's what professionals do. Asterisk. He stood. Extended his hand. I looked at it. I'll be in Monday to sign the new contract, I said. Asterisk, and to interview my new team. 3 junior analysts. People who can code and aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. Asterisk. Asterisk, whatever you need. Asterisk. Asterisk and James. Asterisk already at the door. Asterisk, tell Brad to update his LinkedIn. I'd steer away from payroll specialist. Asterisk. I walked out. Down the elevator. Through the lobby where Paul gave me a nod that contained everything that needed to be said. Out through the glass doors into the cool dark night. The storm had come and gone while I was working. The air smelled clean, washed out, reset, the way air smells after something difficult is finished. The picket line still there. Drivers asleep in their cabs, the highway carrying its normal nighttime traffic beyond them. I sat in my truck. Didn't turn the radio on. Just listened to the engine. Drove home. $25,000 richer. Triple salary contract waiting. Every possible metric of winning, won. Pulling into my driveway at 2:15 a.m. I didn't feel like a winner. I felt like a surgeon after a long operation. Competent. Exhausted. Quietly furious that none of it needed to happen. Diesel was on the porch. He never waits up. I sat beside him on the top step. He didn't move away, high praise from a cat who hates men and has strong opinions about everyone else. I lit a cigarette. The first drag tasted like ozone and circuits. The second tasted like morning already forming on the other side of the dark. Monday. 8:55 a.m. Visitor parking. I was consulting now. The receptionist, Sarah, looked up when I came through the doors. Something moved across her face. Relief and gratitude, and something else underneath, something quieter. My rent check cleared this morning, she said. Good, I said. Asterisk, spend some of it on something that has nothing to do with this place. Asterisk. Chad's office. He'd aged since Tuesday. Grief does that. So does reckoning. Asterisk, did you post it? Asterisk. He turned his monitor. The company intranet homepage. A statement. Asterisk, we sincerely apologize for the payroll delay. This was the result of a management decision to transition payroll operations without adequate assessment of system complexity. We underestimated the expertise required. We are restructuring our operations leadership to ensure this cannot happen again. Asterisk. Didn't name Brad explicitly. Everyone knew anyway. Asterisk, where is he? Asterisk. Asterisk, Brad has decided to pursue other opportunities. Asterisk, a pause. Asterisk, law school. Asterisk. Asterisk, God help the legal system. Asterisk, I turned to leave. Asterisk, Chad. Asterisk. Asterisk, yes. Asterisk. Asterisk, no more visionary ideas. No more disrupting. You want to change a printer cartridge, you submit a ticket. You want to update software, you run it by me. You are on a very short, very digital leash. Asterisk. He swallowed. Asterisk, understood. Asterisk. Corner office. Windows overlooking the highway, mountains in the distance, the world going about its business. I sat down in the leather chair, opened my laptop, pulled up a terminal. Uptime. System up, 0 days, 9 hours, 22 minutes. Fresh start. I leaned back. Put my boots on the desk. Opened a new document. Project, total system overhaul. Lead consultant, Carol Mercer. Estimated cost, $2.10 million. Notes, do it right this time. The desk phone rang. I looked at the display. James R. Sterling, CEO. Let it ring once. Just once. Then I picked up. Asterisk, payroll operations. Carol speaking. Asterisk. Asterisk, Miss Mercer. Asterisk, a pause. Asterisk, something smells like cigarette smoke on that floor. Asterisk. I took a long, slow drag from the cigarette. I absolutely wasn't supposed to be smoking indoors. Just the bridges, James, I said. Asterisk, just the bridges. Asterisk. The server room is humming right now. Steady. Even. The sound of 10,000 people getting paid on time because someone who knows what she's doing is in the building. They called my work legacy. They called me redundant. They handed 7 years of expertise to a kid with a spreadsheet and watched it burn in 72 hours. The beast is purring. Asterisk, she always does, when I'm home.